I'm Salad and I saw Minari. It is written and directed by Lee Isaac Chung, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This is requested by a Patreon. If you'd like to fast track a movie review, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. This movie starts with following a Korean family in 1938. They moved from California to Arkansas. I like the dad's dream of becoming a farmer, and immediately I'm just like, yes, you got this, guy. I totally believe in you. I think that you can build the biggest, best farm ever. I've been to Arkansas. I've been there, and there's a lot of farms. It's very wet. The dirt is very moist and good for farming. So of course, this is the best location to establish some sort of farming land. Jacob's wife is not so happy. Monica's her name. She's complaining, this isn't close to the city. Because we have our son, David. He's a little youngin'. He has a heart murmur. And I completely understand. She is scared for her son. That son, David, is not allowed to run, because if he did, then his heart does a weird heart palpitation thing. And it feels weird, right? And so I get it. I get her concerns. I also 100% down with Jacob. I think Monica should be okay with Jacob starting a farm. Also, we got a cool guy. I would only describe him as a nutty, religious farmer man. He's a Korean war vet. I totally get it. He's here to help this guy. I'm a big fan of help. I do like how we have Jacob. Oh, I'm not gonna pay for any well. I'm just thinking, yeah, I guess so. How did people do it before there were people willing to show you how to make a well? How did people do it? And I do like Jacob teaches David, you gotta use your brain. Where does the water go? It goes downhill. All the water goes downhill, and then you could feel for a spot using general vibes. I don't know the science of finding wells. If you know the science of finding wells, please let me know in the comments below, because this is very intriguing. I like having a very intimate, close look at the farming process in this movie. Like all the close-up shots. It's Jacob with the plans. I found it to be really cool. I like that a lot. This movie I would describe more as a family drama. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much drama to come out of a family moving to Arkansas. But surprise, surprise, holy diggity dang, they gotta deal with a bunch of stuff. I do like seeing the process of Jacob having to deal with issues with farming. He loses water, okay? His well dries up. So I have to use county water, and then their water stopped working. And I'm just thinking, oh no, did you actually overextend the water usage and now you have no water for the home? Monica thinks everything is a disaster, okay? Jacob, so optimistic. I'm on both of their sides for different reasons. I'm more liking Jacob's optimism, but of course, there's drought, since their water is all dried up. And then they have to use county water. How are they going to supply water now? The water is dried up from the county water. So they have to find a well. He has to humble himself. He has to pay for the well to be built. I'm just like, hurts, man. Oh, that hurts. Imagine, we think, man, we have a big old brains over here, okay? Haha, sucks. We don't need a well. We don't need a well. We can find our own well. Oh man, our well dried up. Let's cry. The grandma comes and lives with them, and David hates the grandma because the grandma is not a real grandma. Oh my goodness. She's literally technically a real grandma. She's the mother of your mother. That's what makes a grandma. I totally get David though. She doesn't cook. She doesn't necessarily clean that much, but she does play cards very well. I also really like the grandma gave David a stack of cards as a gift. Oh, let's teach our son gambling or card game or whatever. I don't know what type of card game this is actually. I'm not familiar with it. It's not Uno. It's not anything I've seen ever. It looks fun. I don't know how it could be played, but that's how all card games are. I don't know how they are played until I learned them. I thought that we had to worry about David the entire time. David and Grandma go to the creek. She plants some Minari. Beautiful. Oh, that's where the title of the movie comes from, Minari. So she plants Minari. Her and David get closer and closer, which is, I like that they get closer and closer, until eventually she has a stroke. It's sad. She's just has to chill there now, but she feels like she has to have some sort of use. And so when the family leaves for out of town, they're going to a person since their Dallas hookup didn't come through. They have to go to another person. Oh, 5 hours away? That's not as far away as Dallas is from Arkansas. I mean, if you know where Arkansas is like, where is Arkansas? I can't actually think of it off the top of my head. Okay, actually, let's do a little experiment. Arkansas to Dallas. It's about 5 hours, actually. I was not expecting that. So about the same distance. You actually gained 43 minutes. Since it's a 5 hour, 43-minute drive from Arkansas to Dallas. It depends in Arkansas where they're coming from. So he just gained 43 minutes. Amazing. Good deal. Amazing. So he goes home with the family. Jacob, Monica, Anna, and David. Also, David at some point goes to hospital and his murmur is actually closing up. His little hole in his heart is closing up. I'm like, yes! I thought we had to worry about David. But actually we don't have to worry about David. So we have to worry about the grandma. She's starting to burn produce, trying to clean up around the place. Uh-oh, drops it on the very, very flammable grass beneath her. She can't do anything. She's like all stroked out. She can't do anything. Half of her body doesn't work. Ugh, man, it's so devastating. Just seeing it burn, and then oh no, the barn cut loose. Ah, no, not the shed / barn, whatever it's called. Oh no, and then also we have the family comes into the driveway. They smell smoke. We gotta floor it, right? And then, oh no, it's all burning down. And they try to save the produce, Jacob and Monica. But at some point, they just had to accept the losses because they were gonna die. Luckily, they got out. And oh my goodness, all of the produce and the vegetables and all their hard work, it's burnt down. It's really fascinating how fast something you've worked so hard for, put so much time into. It's interesting how fast it could just burn down. Oh, 10, 20, 30 months, whatever, however long of effort, bam, gone in 5 minutes due to flame. I've just always found that fascinating. So they have a burnt down produce. They just made the hookup with the guy, and so I'm thinking, oh no, how are they gonna deal with that they made a hookup with the guy? Oh, next week we have to drive 5 hours. Hey, all of our produce burnt up, but we have this Minari because remember the grandma planted the Minari at the very, probably close in the middle of the movie. She planted the Minari, and then wow, it's all fruitful, bountiful. I love the Minari chant that the grandma has when planting Minari, pulling the Minari. She's like telling the benefits of Minari to David. Wonderful Minari, woo! I like that. It was fun. I like the grandma a lot. Besides, she has a stroke. But I'm glad that she had the foresight to plant Minari. She was gonna do it, and now they have something to sell. And that's the end of the movie. Oh man. What a heart-wrenching, what is that term? Heart stopping? I guess my heart never stopped. It hurts me. It hurt my heart, okay? It hurt my heart to watch this movie. All the little family dynamics, learning about each member of the family. So much so that I actually remember their names. Oh my goodness. Like, I have a personal connection to each of the family members. Although I have the least amount of connection to Anna, the older sister. I have the least amount of connection to her, but I have the most amount of connection to David, the son, which is fun. This movie is beautifully shot. Oh my goodness. My favorite shot that stands out in my head is when we have Jacob is standing in the field of grass, and it's at like a low camera angle, and the blades of grass like pass over him, and it like passes the horizon line. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, this movie has a lot of great, fantastic shots. It's a very pretty movie. Big fan of this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely go check it out. Especially if you like movies where they go to church, right? I totally forgot to mention this part. They go to church. It is very harmless, right? But we have some of the church kids go up to Anna and David. Like, we have a little girl. She's like, let me know if this is anything close to your language. And then she just starts saying like, ching, chong, bing, bong, just stuff like that. Just saying random syllables until like she meets one. Wakomo means ant in Korean. And she meets one. I'm like, this is so innocent. I mean, this is like harmless, but it's also a little bit racist. But it makes sense. It's Arkansas in the 1930s. Oh boy. Seeing that scene, I'm like, they're a fish out of water. But when it comes to the chicken sexing that they all work at and why Jacob is trying to build a farm so he doesn't have to chicken sex, identify the sexes of chickens, I just like seeing them so uncomfortable and so away from anyone that they know or they could possibly relate with. And I like seeing the kids just naturally be okay with just talking to kids. Even if we have Jacob and Monica just feel weird. They just feel weird being at that church. Overall, I just really like this movie. So much so that I gotta give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 deals at patreon.com/ASERpresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, go to his link tree so you can go here. And until next time, I've been Silent Saw. I'll see you later, my Sal Croutons, big bits.